What led me into addiction is probably that both my parents were addicts. And my brother and sister, they became addicts. So that's all I ever knew.
It was a miserable existence, which is why when I wasn't drinking, it was really hard to accept that I was an alcoholic.
When you're hooked on drugs, you lose all sense of what is right or wrong. You lose all sense of the worth of money. You don't care. So you'll do anything to anyone to get what you need to satisfy that craving, that monkey on your back. Drinker, worker, drug user. Most of my money went to drugs. I showed up to work, I worked well, I did good, I was high, but no one really seemed to know, or I don't know if they really cared. My work was good. Well, like anything else, there comes a time where after years of drinking or using drugs, it begins to change your personality because it's no longer the pleasure that you used to be in drug use, and it becomes something to control your life, and then you don't show up to work. You don't show up to work, you can't make money, you still have this habit. How do you get it? You start stealing or doing whatever you can to get whatever it takes for you to satisfy that hunger in your life. And it's not a good place to be.
Well, because I was basically a closet drinker, I really tried hard to hide that I did drink, tried to function through life, but toward the end, I wasn't doing a very good job. Getting older in my life was really getting difficult, and it just seemed like that was the only way that I could get through the day was drink. So it ended up where I'm drinking every day, all day, and on the job.
Multiple times I tried to get clean on my own. And sometimes I'd get a few months. I moved to Illinois and stayed with my mom for a while. And it only lasted so long. The longest I had on my own was 6 months.
For most of our guys that come into the New Life program, they're not coming from order and healthy boundaries and structure. So for some of them it's a big shock, but I think for most of them it's very welcomed. They are surrounded by people that care about them on day one. Usually if you're in the mission for one day, you're going to get prayed for, you're going to hear the Word of God, you're going to be of service to others. And those are huge things, usually not happening in someone's life before they come into the New Life program.
I do believe that environment plays a vital role in recovery. This place is called Manna Home. The physical environment is designed to look like and feel like and function as a home. So it's critical. I do believe that the way a place looks basically identifies it.
I believe that the environment has a lot to do with healthy recovery. The physical environment, spiritual environment, all those things are important.
I love Manna Home. I am blessed to work here. Basically, I'm the staff at Manna Home, but there are 40 volunteers that actually engage on a daily level, for some of them, with the women in Manna Home. They either are teaching classes or they're functioning as coaches, which are somebody accountability partner, somebody that's walking alongside of the woman. They're mentors, they're sponsors. They're all women who, many of them did not think that they had anything to offer, but they do have things to offer. They actually have their experience as Christian women to offer. They have their understanding and knowledge of the Word of God to offer.
When I came into Manna Home, it was such a great relief that I didn't have to hide what I was doing, that I was in a place that was safe, that I could talk about my fears, and that I instantly felt that I had so much support around me, encouragement, that I could focus on something else other than drinking and trying to escape my miserable life.
The part that broke me down, that made me finally make the decision to do the New Life program, and then ultimately make a decision for Christ was the people here in the program and the staff kept on showing me this weird, unconditional love that my family and friends had never showed me. I had just become homeless. My friend let me crash on the couch for a night, and he said, you can come to this place and you can stay here, get food, shower, whatever. I remember thinking, I was kind of scared because I had never been homeless, and there was a whole lot of other homeless people here. There was a guy at the front desk, and he said, anybody that just got out of jail deserves a break. And my head about exploded when I heard that because it didn't make any sense to me, I thought of myself as a piece of trash, and why would I deserve a break just getting out of jail?
We're constantly looking to be a friend, to welcome someone in, to make sure their needs are met, not just in the physical with the food and shelter and clothing and all that, but with the spiritual. We're always looking to pray for someone, to ask them what their challenges are, how can we serve them. We have so many different things that we offer through the Redwood Gospel Mission that we want to know where's someone coming from. And some people just need a shower, some people just want a meal. And we want to ask them what they need, and we want to meet that need in the grace and power of Jesus Christ. How are people healed in the New Life Recovery Program? Well, that's simple. Jesus. It really is. We can have all the programs and all the structure and all the classes. Without the Spirit of the Lord, none of it's worth much.
The reason why I came to the mission was I wanted to have a point of reference, a place to go with like-minded people who have the same issues. So we all had something in common. From prison to the mission, it was good because I had some tunnel vision on when I first got there, because of being in the Word so much and having a preconceived idea of how the world should be. Those started breaking off when I realized when Chris Key said this, that we serve the least, the last, the lost, and the broken. And that just opened everything. I'm going, that's who I am. I get it now. The cross levels the field. We're all equal here. Staff members or whoever, we're equal. And that's who we serve. We serve one another.
After I made the choice for the New Life program, I learned a lot about grace and love and mercy and forgiveness, and how all the horrible things that I had ever done, and those were many, because I accepted Jesus and repented of my sin and turned away from it, that all that was forgiven, and that I had a Father who had a place for me, and which is huge for somebody that's homeless and whose family wouldn't help him at all.
Grace for me in Manahome was being able to discover who I was, that I was okay, that I didn't have to live with guilt and shame, that I wasn't my past, that I was allowed to discover who I was with no judgment, that I was able to walk through the discovery of who I was and that I was okay with that.
In the mission, there's a familyhood and community of wealth there. I have people I can turn to if I have a problem. People turn to me that have problems. That's amazing. When I was in prison, I really missed being constructive. Coming to the mission, I wanted to be an asset to not only myself, but to society, and not be a burden anymore. I'm tired of being a burden. So not being a burden, there's great freedom in that.